Hello. Hi. I think my light's too bright. Give me just a second. Alright, that's better. Now that I'm blind. Jesus Christ. Ugh. Looking at the surface of the sun. Hi. I know I'm late. I was doing something with a friend, and we went over that. Usually we cut it off much earlier, but we were doing something that took longer, and we haven't done it in multiple like months. We haven't hung out, so I spent some extra time with them because you never know how much time you have with friends. So I'm tired. I'll be honest. I am quite tired. But we're gonna do some Last Epoch. Thankfully, Last Epoch hopefully will not be too engaging. We'll just hang out, do some Last Epoch, try to clear some in-game stuff, try to maximize our build as we do the in-game stuff. I've been trying to keep up with all of the new stream team members and be jumping around, trying to follow all of them, trying to at least peep the streams the best I can. There's already a lot of cool people that I've been seeing, and I think it'll be so awesome to have even more new faces to the stream team. Obviously, the whole point is to give you guys a variety of creators in the team to enjoy. But I'm trying to do my best to make sure that I'm following everybody, because that way when we raid out at the end of our streams, maybe we can be like, let's raid a member. I also go to the stream team page just to double check, just in case I've missed someone. But I try to follow all of the members. And if you haven't noticed, on the Crypt Twitter page, they have been announcing the new members as well. So you could check that out and see everybody that's been announced so far. I know they're still probably rolling those out as well. So big congratulations to the people that have made it so far, been announced so far. Obviously, they'll keep rolling those out. I have nothing to do with any of that, mind you. I'm not on the moderation team or the team that does any of that. I'm just simply a team member with the Crypt stream team. So I have no delegation when it comes to any of that, but I'm trying to support all of that and the best I can. It's just been the next 2 weeks are going to be very busy for me, very hectic. I've got a lot I got to get done outside of stream for health reasons, so it's gonna be a very chaotic week for me. A week and a half, I guess. So we're gonna try to do what we can on stream. So we're gonna do some Last Epoch today. After the stream tonight, I'll make a choice on whether we're gonna continue the end game or if we're gonna go ahead and move on over back to our playthrough of the Clock Tower series. I would like to try to get that done before the end of April. So Clock Tower 2, Clock Tower PS1, Clock Tower 3, they're on my desk, but I'll show them off at a different time. And like to get those done before April, and then we'll try to get back to Friends Favorite Retro. Don't know if we'll get all of that done before the end of April. I would like to, but again, I've got a lot of stuff going on. I think I'm actually going to take both Thursday and Friday off. I have to take Friday off regardless next week. But Thursday, I think I'm going to take off too, just because I have to get up really early Friday to get to the procedure on Friday. So I'm going to take Thursday and Friday off of next week. The procedure is nothing. It's hopefully, fingers crossed, it's nothing big. It's just supposed to be a liver biopsy, basically. I lay down, they do a local anesthetic, they poke me a few times, take a few samples of my liver, Then I lay there for a few hours to make sure there's no internal bleeding. They send me home, and I relax for a couple days. That's the procedure. That's all it's supposed to be. Obviously, with any procedure, there can be complications, which is why I have to be there for a few hours afterwards. But that's what's going on next Friday, but I have to be there early, so I'm going to take next Thursday and Friday off. That should be it for stream stuff or stream schedule stuff that's changed. Outside of that, everything else should be normal. May will be St. Jude month. I will be interacting with that. We will do St. Jude month. We've done St. Jude month pretty much, I think, almost every year that I've streamed. I think I missed 1 year possibly. So, hey Void, thank you for doing a stream token. So I think I might have missed 1 year. But we basically have done St. Jude month every year that I've streamed, so we're going to continue that this year with... I have a theme picked out. Last year we did all the Resident Evils, or most of the Resident Evils, not all of them, obviously. We did most of the Resident Evils. I have a theme picked out this year. I think people will enjoy. There should be not only a site-wide thing, but I hope our stream team, I'm pretty sure our stream team will be doing something. I don't want to announce anything ahead of time in case there's plans or anything, so there's no official announcement from me, obviously. We'll be doing something regardless, but I hope the team will be doing something. The site does, basically the whole site does stuff. I don't see any reason why the team wouldn't, but we've been doing a lot of charity work. If you haven't seen, basically the past like 4 months almost, there's been a charity work for the crypt. The crypt is focused on doing charity work constantly throughout the year. It's not just a one time a year thing. They are constantly doing charity work, which is another reason why I wanted to work with them. We'll probably do another charity thing near the end of the year, barring any health stuff. Obviously, I'm still dealing with my own health stuff, as I've been doing for the past probably 6 months at this point. But I would like to do another charity event probably near the end of the year or closer to the end of the year. Hey, Leaf, thanks for doing your token. But we'll do St. Jude month. I've got a theme picked out for that. That's what we'll be doing next month. Also, let me do a couple of shout outs here. Shout out Void. But also, Leave is celebrating his 5-year streamiversary tomorrow. He was playing some Max Payne, so all month long Leave is playing some games he wants to do on stream, like favorite kind of games that he wants to stream. He is playing through Max Payne on stream, as well as a bunch of different games throughout the month of April. Tomorrow he will be doing his 5-year streamiversary, so I believe that's going to be 5 p.m. Is that what the... Hold on. I think I have the flyer somewhere around here. Let's see. Yes, it is 5 p.m. Central. So you can check that out. We don't usually stream until 10, so I will probably be spending a good bit of the afternoon in there celebrating his 5-year streamiversary with him. So it's a good place to hang out. And he's been a really good friend to the channel and the community and stuff. I talk about it all the time, how Weave has been a big inspiration for me over the past couple years that I've known him, and we've been doing a lot of collabs with him lately, and he's a really good person, and I do recommend not only just hanging out with him because he's a good streamer, but just because he's a genuinely good person. So feel free to go throw him a follow and join him in celebrating 5 years of content tomorrow. But yeah, so I think if there's anything else. I wanted to talk about. I think that's basically it. So that's what's coming up in the next month or so. So I think it means a lot. It's true. It's true, Leave. Like I mean I've told you, like, your community is genuinely somewhere that, like, I spend a lot of time, because it's somewhere that there's a lot of genuinely good vibes and people. And although, you know, we've had to deal with people here and there that try to take advantage of the atmosphere, like, it is a positive place for us to talk about all sorts of things and share our interest. And I could not have asked for a better place to spend the past 2 years of Twitch that I've known you. Obviously, you're celebrating 5 years. You know, if I had met you 5 years ago, I probably would be saying the same thing, but with 5 years instead of 2. But I genuinely mean it. You and Void are very important individuals to me, so I hope we continue to be able to spend time together on Twitch and stuff. So, but yeah, so yeah. So, anyways, I'm going to switch over here and here. There we go. Let's get to last Epoch. Let's get this game going. Sometimes I have to capture this. It's a little weird. I have to, like, click off the game and come back in. It means a lot to us. Well, I appreciate that. I've met a lot of people through Twitch, and I'll be honest, a lot of people have not stuck around for whatever reason. Sometimes maliciously, sometimes not maliciously. Sometimes, you know, you just grow apart and stuff. So, having known you guys for this long is legitimately probably my longest, like, connection on Twitch outside of the crypt community. I think I joined the crypt community basically right around the same time that I met you guys. Also, this game is super loud. Oh, I forgot. Once I get in the game, it won't be as loud. Did you message? Yeah, I saw the message. I can read that real quick. Okay. All right. I'll keep an eye out. Give me just a second. Okay. Yep. All right. Leave, are you doing another stream tonight, by the way? I know you were kind of on the fence about it. Are you going to be doing another stream tonight after all, or are you just gonna vibe tonight? Don't think he is? Okay. Alright. Let's do some endgame stuff. Fall of the Outcast. Kind of tired. Just get to it tomorrow. Yeah, because you're starting early tomorrow, so I figured you'd probably just end up taking the night off. All right, which way do we want to go here? We got Tome of Experience. kind of want to go this way for the experience into the idols. So... yeah, I'm also kind of tired. Me and a friend, were just, we just got done hanging out before I got on stream. We watched, Seven Samurai. And, if you don't know about Seven Samurai, that movie is like 3.5 hours long, which, it's worth it. It's a very, very good movie, but it's a long movie, so... oh, did we get a named crab? Hold on, now we got Yellow Crab, Admiral Crab. Alright, Admiral Crab, let's go. Yeah, some of them come with names, by the way, the crabs that we summon. So... but, Leave, are you gonna start with, like, community games on your stream, or are you gonna wait till later to do that? Because I know you talked about doing some of that tomorrow, but I wasn't sure if that was something you were gonna start with, or if you're gonna wait till later to see if people show up. Also, sorry if I'm asking you a bunch of questions and you're walking away. I guess I'm assuming you're sticking around. That's my bad. I'm here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I just realized I was making making an assumption there, and that's not fair of me to ask. So I do apologize. Wait, what's our crab's name? I think our crab has a name. Oh no, it just says summon crab. Green crab. Crab F. F's in chat.
He has watched you die. Bring them to me.
Oh, okay, so the rifts in the Endgame maps are a little bit tankier than... I mean, the Omen itself isn't, but the getting to that point is, it seems. Okay. Not sure, I probably read the room. But not a lot to play, but the usual. Might download, like, Left 4 Dead or some other stuff. Normally do. Save the typical stuff for the evening. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were gonna, like, start out, like, continuing, like, Max Payne, and then, like, wait to see if, like, people showed up, and then switch over to like something else. But did that max pain thing work out for you, by the way? And you can take your time. Ooh. Oh, those, yeah, no, those are not our gloves. Ooh, okay. Okay, we found some nice gloves.
Your death has come.
Okay, we're about to level up. What is this? Slaying enemies. Slay enemies to locate unstable rifts. Is that what these are? Oh, I guess so. Grab these and this. Ran a while, the difficulty fix didn't seem like it was working because there was sometimes I get one shot. Ah, that's unfortunate. Okay, we got bonus stability. Okay. Echo conquered. Okay, so the point is to do those portals. Okay. Sorry, it's been a while since I've done Endgame, so I'm still trying to figure out what the thing is. Okay, let's do this. We're still trying to save up 20,000 bones.
We've once again cornered of. Let's see what.
Because we're trying to... We have 16,000. We're trying to get this. We're trying to get this. We have the pieces we need. We just need the bones.
The hunt never ends, traveler. Right.
Oh, interesting. It seems like they made this longer in the endgame, which is nice. We're gonna half sweet, half unsweet heat from canes. You gotta go complete sweet. It's gotta be all sweet so that your brain gets fried by like 2 drinks. Nah, I'm kidding. That's what this is. It's just straight up sweet tea. It's probably what's killing me. You know what's funny? I made that joke the other day that like my pancreas is probably gonna like explode, but it's like the only functioning part of my body at this point. Like my blood sugar is fine. Like everything else is failing. It's so silly. Alright. Exalted Boots, Exalted Caster Weapon, Uncommon Affix Shards. Go with Exalted Caster Weapon. Okay, so now we can open Portal. And then I think the way this works is you click on this. Yeah, and then it spits out your reward. And then you can sell stuff here. Okay. Yeah, that's so much better with the resistances. We're back. Alright. Chill immunity from minions. Actually, a pretty solid idol. Not for us, but... There was one thing we picked up. These gloves. Area... For area skills, minion damage. Minion health. Armor and endurance. Like, us losing resistances kind of sucks. We do get necrotic resistance on the gloves themselves, but... If we could... Lightning resist. Chance to shock on hit. It's also not bad. Okay, that's garbage. Where's the spear at? I was like, I know I have another one of these spears. Where's lightning pen? Okay, but that one's better, it feels like, overall. Okay, so we want to keep this and this. Everything else is kind of... There's another singularity. 17... 13. Okay, so can we... Okay, that going up to tier 5. So we'd lose a little bit of minion damage. but that would give them more area for area skills. That's more health. Use damage dealt below your endurance threshold. Take from all hits, but not damage over time. Okay. Need level 66 to forge. Okay. I feel like those are pretty good. What resistances do we need? This would give us necrotic. We're losing void. We really need void resistance. Do we have void resistance as an option here? We do. I feel like those are an upgrade. Alright. And we need to shop. Sell the rest of these. That actually we'll keep. We'll keep that. Sell that. Sell that. Sell that. Sell that. Hate when it does that. Removes all but the one I want to remove. There we go.
Yes.
Shop, sell that. And sell that. Okay.
Take care.
Okay, so from here... Runes, timeline stability. Alright, so let's go. We'll go this way. Slay enemies until the cocooned item drops. What does that even mean?
Will not take me.
What's my golem doing? we just made the gloves on the left, and then they gave us these gloves, which is a lot of minion damage. Because that's, yeah, that's a tier 6, which is a drop-only minion damage. You colossal pain in my butt. Okay. What is that? Contains a random body armor. Oh. Well, that's interesting. I didn't realize that's how that works. That's kind of cool.
You hesitate. Why? Frozen gaze. Locked in ice.
Hmm. Bleed immunity for minions. It's actually blighted cursed coin. 1 to all skills. Okay. It's not the greatest for us, but as I come back to life, I know what that means. Okay. So we have 2 of these points. All right. What the hell is that? Exterminator? Interesting. Oh, dead now. Jesus Christ. Okay. What's this? Glyphs. We can do this though. Quest Echo. I don't remember how to do that. Oh, that's down here. Enter this Echo. Investigate the destroyed outcast camp. Beat the necromancers powering the barricade. That wasn't a necromancer, that was a soul thing. Return to the barricade. Look for signs of the missing outcasts. Quest completed. Alright, so now I need more stability. Cemetery of the Erased. Weaver Island. Find Cemetery Erased and slay the woven firstborn inside to gain access to the Weaver's Altar. There you may weave woven echoes into this timeline. I don't know what that is. So, let's do that. That sounds fancy. Oh, shush. Play bolt patrolling profane fleshes.
He has watched you die.
I don't know who he's watching. He ain't watching me. The last laugh. Okay. The last ride. Anyways. If you get that, I'm sorry. Alchemist Singularity Belt of Hope. Okay. Oh, they were just both right there. That's unfortunate placement. Oh, Harbingers. Oh, Nemesis nearby. This is our first map Nemesis. Hopefully it's good. What you got? We can replace... Hold on. This is our first egg. Egg of the Forgotten can be replaced with a unique item that lacks both legendary potential and removal. Changed into a random unique item if challenged or empowered. Okay. So we empowered it. Should I have clicked on it first? Or is it... I don't know. By the way, I'm trying to fill up this bar here that says bonus stability. You don't have to, but... Oh, our crap died. Okay, now it's full. Alright, Runes of Shattering, Discovery, and Removal. Still helpful, I guess. Alright, so these gloves that we just found... Hey, welcome in, Jason Plays. Hopefully you're doing well today. What were you playing? Silent Hill 2, nice. Remake? I think you said you were playing Remake, right? Hopefully you're doing well today. Don't know who I am. Master Games Play Variety Games Channel, mostly horror, mostly retro. And tonight we are playing the Endgame of Last Epoch, which is a ARPG, so it plays like Diablo, Path of Exile, those kinds of games. If you need a rain run for any reason, get you some food, get you some water, or go take a nap. I completely understand. Just drop us a follow, come back when you can. I'd love to have you. Hopefully you're doing well. Started with Reanimal, did a co-op run, then switched to Silent Hill 2 Remake. Nice. Hopefully that was fun. Have you played OG Silent Hill 2 at all? There's a what is it? There's like a you could play the full Silent Hill 2 like remastered. What is it called? I don't remember what it's called. There's like a Silent Hill 2 enhanced edition. There's an enhanced edition you could play on PC that I know a lot of people have played. I haven't played it myself, but a lot of people think like have played the enhanced edition and really like that. But it actually looks really good. I have not played it myself though, so I can't speak to too much of it. But oh, the minion damage is the tier 6. Okay. Could we get lucky here? Nope. Okay. Well, we'll just go ahead and get rid of those then. Only played two remake and F. Okay. Well, you could play 4 has an official release on GOG. So GOG, hold on, let me find that. Doop-a-doop-doop. I can get you that link real quick. Boop-a-doop. Boop-a-doop. There you go. So that is a complete release of Silent Hill 4. Which is currently on sale for $6.50. It's normally $10, which is a steal. Silent Hill 4 is a bit polarizing. The gameplay, some people like, some people don't. I recommend turning it down to easy and playing through it. It's actually quite enjoyable on easy. The combat on normal can get a bit annoying because there's a few sections, specifically in the latter half of the game, that are like, you know, but outside of that, that is a full release version. The GOG version is a preservation version. Also, GOG does DRM free, so if you buy it, you own it. You have the files. You can put it on a thumb drive. You can put it on a hard drive. Those are your files. You own it. You don't have to have a launcher for it. So, I'm not sponsored by GOG, by the way. I just recommend GOG versus Steam. There's a lot of people that have been buying the Resident Evil stuff on Steam, which there's nothing wrong with. You can buy them on Steam. It's just the Steam versions have forced in DRM, which if you force in DRM to older games, sometimes that can cause like runtime issues. I don't think anybody's running into those, but the GOG versions don't have DRM, so you don't have to worry about that. But that is the full version. If you want to play Silent Hill 4 or the OG Silent Hill 4, because there is no remake of that one, you could play that one. I'm trying to think if there's any other versions. I know the PC version of, I want to say, Homecoming is notably like glitchy and kind of broken. I think Downpour is okay from what I've heard. Those are on Steam. I don't think they're on GOG at all. If you have PS5, Short Message is free. Silent Hill Short Message, it's basically like an hour and a half playable thing. So I think you play off of PS5, right? You do PS5 stuff. Silent Hill Short Message is on there. It's a really short thing. I actually liked it. I liked the way it was presented. But it's like an hour and a half, 2 hour experience. It's really short. I will warn you, it does have some very touchy subjects, so you might have to put like a trigger warning or something at the start of the stream. But I liked it. I know some people were kind of eh. It is also first person, so if you're like building up for Townfall, might be something to check out if you haven't played that already. I think that's basically it. And then of course, yeah, Townfall sometime in the future, since you've already played F. So. But yeah. What is... Minions... Okay, so this actually wouldn't be bad if it was... not... if it was something our level, essentially. Later this year? Yes. Someone tried to do an April Fool's and saying it was released... it was going to release in August. Obviously, that was an April Fool's thing. They put a date that was like 28 August when it was in Steam, but Steam doesn't write their dates like that. But yeah, it's supposed to come out. It is supposed to come out this year. They officially announced that it is releasing this year. They just, so far as I know, have not put an official date on it. So. But yeah, those are the ones you have access to if you don't play retro. Obviously, emulation's a thing. If you can get an emulator up and running, that's usually how a lot of people play those things. Like the older games. I play them all on original hardware, so that's how I play them. Okay, what is this? Game for slaying enemies. Enter the cemetery, defeat Woven Firstborn. But, yeah, so you can play 4. I think 4 is a very interesting story and perspective without spoiling too much. But again, it is a bit polarizing, so because of the gameplay. Yeah, they announced 1 remake is in development. It's being remade by the same person who did 2 remake, which is Bloober Team. Which, I'll be honest, kinda has me a little concerned. I've not been overly impressed by Bloober Team. Chronos was okay, and Remake 2 was alright, but I don't know. So, because like there's some nuance to 1 that I just don't know if they're really going to be able to nail down. And like, I'm hopeful. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but like, may stream Blair Witch at some points yet. I thought Blair Witch is okay. I don't think it's a good Blair Witch game. I think it's an okay horror game. Aurelius, yeah. Do you have anything else? Fruits of okay, we already have those. Do you have anything good? Okay, I'm just gonna challenge you. Um, but everybody's into different games for different reasons, so you know, don't take my opinion as gospel when it comes to anything. I can be very particular with things, and there's a lot of games that I dislike that other people love, and there's games that I love that other people dislike. So yeah, no. Feel free to form your own opinions and come back and let us know what you think. I would love to hear from you. So I never feel like my opinion is the be all end all when it comes to that stuff. Some people do. Some people do believe that their opinion is the gospel. And I mean, well, you know. Favorite bloober is Kronos. Honestly, I'd probably agree with that. Like, I think my favorite one is Kronos, although I wasn't very impressed with the ending. And that's kind of where I'm at. Like, the endings of most of the Bloober games have been really disappointing. And that's kind of why I'm a little worried. So, but again, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. They're working with, you know, extra material that that's already established, so maybe it won't be that big of a deal, but we'll see. But you know, I'm excited for Town Ball. I know a lot of people are not super jazzed about that one, and I don't know. I think it'll be really cool. I think it looks really cool, and the developers of that one definitely have my interest, because those are the same developers that did Observation and what was that game? Hey, there's Pebbles Femur again. It's Observation and that weird things. Hold on. They changed their name. It's Screenburn now, but they used to be No Code. Stories Untold. Stories Untold was the other game. I can never remember that one for some reason. And I really enjoyed both of those games. So I'm excited for what Downfall could be, because those games really understood like atmosphere and like art direction and stuff like that. They weren't very long games, mind you, but I think they really understood a lot of like what makes a horror game, and I think that'll work in Downfall's favor. But we'll see. Again, just like I want to give Bloober Team the benefit of the doubt, I'm also not going to get too excited for Townfall, because it could you know, crash and burn. What the hell is that? Complete an objective to claim loot fit for a great mage. What? What does that mean? Also, we got our pebbles back. Although it's not great. Okay. Inheritance of the Erased. That's for sure. Got the game wish listed, so now we wait. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in the meantime, there's a lot of other great games that are coming out. I'm excited to try out Chrysal, which looks kind of like a Blasphemous meets BioShock, which sounds really up my alley. And what's the other game that I got on? I got a few games on the Steam sale. Carnival Massacre was another one. It's supposed to be a short one. People were like, it's kind of like Alyssa, if Alyssa was at a carnival, and kind of short. And I'm like, I loved Alyssa. That sounds great. What are you talking about? So, some people didn't like it, but I got it on sale, so I was like, that sounds cool to me, so. So I've got some horror games I'm going to be checking out. Also, I've got a really cool theme planned for next month when we do St. Jude stuff. So hopefully people enjoy that. I've got a few new games planned for that. But we're going to be doing some, I think, some cool stuff that people will enjoy, and hopefully it'll be fun. You got are you gonna be doing anything for St. Jude month next month, Jason, or? Karma, the Dark World for YouTube. I'm gonna try to. Yeah, I keep hearing about that Project Songbird game. I need to check that out. Let me look, add that to my wish list real quick. I keep hearing about that Project Songbird. Like, I have seen so many people playing that recently. I need to check that out. Been focusing on 100%ing RE9. Yeah, RE9's so far down the list for me. Like, it's not even on my radar right now. Like, I played so much. My tryout St. Jude. Yeah, I've done St. Jude, I think, every year except one since I've been streaming, so I'm just gonna continue working with St. Jude. It's a great charity. I like we actually did our Resident Evil thing we did last year was all for St. Jude stuff, so people seem to really enjoy that, and I want to keep that up. Okay, I want to test something. So we have 759. If I up our ward retention... Okay, it's not a whole lot. You played for the crypt again? Nice, nice. Yeah, I think they're slowly but surely going through like applications and everything. I have I have no control over any of that. That is all up to the moderators and stuff. So they'll go through all of that and make choices Okay, so what is this? I don't know this system, but good luck. I hope they'll give you consideration, like all the other people. There's so many great people that apply every year. Like there's I think last application cycle there were like 70 something people that applied. It's crazy. There's a lot of great people that apply, so don't be too upset if you don't make it this time. But they do keep the application, so like if you don't make it, don't worry too much, because they will look at it throughout the year, and they'll keep checking people's content and stuff. And if they go, hey, so this person is actually doing good work and we want to work with them, they might come back and talk to you about it and stuff like that. So don't get too discouraged if you don't make it this time around. Just keep on doing what you're doing, keep working hard, and it'll work out in the end one way or the other. And also don't forget to apply to other great horror stream teams as well. You know, there's a lot of our stream team members are a part of a lot of different groups as well. So you know, if you don't get in with us, there's other great teams you can talk to as well. But you know, keep applying and keep working on your stream stuff, and you know. Okay, what is this? Place woven echoes in available slot. Complete the objective to claim loot fit for a great sentinel. Okay. So, like here? Okay. What is this? Woven Enchanter. Harness the power of the Weaver to craft class-specific idol. Place idol. Huh. Interesting. Probably a waste, but I have no idea how that normally works. So use the portal to travel onwards. But, you know, also being active in people's communities and stuff is a good way.
Welcome to the haven of silk, traveler.
Also, make sure you're not, like, bugging members to be like, hey, I want to be a part of the team, Because, you know, that stuff doesn't go unnoticed as well. Because, believe me, you would be surprised the amount of people that, like, I've seen apply for other teams, and then they, like, when it's, like, application season, they show up for application season, they bug a bunch of people, and then they just disappear after that, and it's just like, yeah, people notice that. People notice that. I've seen in my community when, like viewership, like if my viewership goes up, there'll be these people that I haven't seen in like 6 months. They'll just show up to stream, be like, hey, how you doing today? And it's like, I haven't seen you in 6 months. Then I'll look around, I'm like, what's my viewers at? Ah, my viewers is in the double digits. Now I know why you're here. Like, got a ton of friends who are active in their chats. I even mod for them. Yeah. Memory Amber. I don't know what any of this is, dude.
Welcome to the haven.
Complete timelines to attain knowledge of...
I am this wild Asgard the Great. Have you come across a...
Okay.
You are with the answers will come in time.
Okay, so this is another faction.
For all of us.
Okay.
Included.
Endgame factions. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. like I said, just keep doing what you're doing. It'd be nice, chill about it. Keep growing your community and be a kind and helpful individual, and I'm sure good things will keep coming to you. And like I said, just because like application like time stops does not mean that like it disappears into the ether, you know. You could always hear back a year, not a year, but like you know, a few months later or whatever, and some team would be like, "Hey, so we're looking at your application again, and you know, we'd love to have you on our team." It happens with jobs too. A lot of people don't realize that. There's a lot of jobs that end up doing that, where they'll be like 3 months down the road, they'll call you back and be like, "Hey, we were looking at your application again," and it's just like, why are you looking at my application 3 months after I applied? It's just like, man, they do that. They do that. I don't want to corrupt this because it changes it completely. I don't know if this is better than ours anymore, because like the one we had, like this is a really low roll on it. But okay, our thing gives them 27% minion damage, and then a flat 16, right? Is that better than 91? See, the problem is I don't know how to tell. Because, like, see, they have 22, and then 480, right? This bumps it up to 544, but they lose that 22. May I backseat game? What do you mean, Spookster? What are you backseating? I feel like that has to be an upgrade, right? Because like usually in games flat damage is much stronger than percentage damage, but it's 91%. You know which wand you would use? Okay. I mean, that's not backseating. That you could flat damage. Yeah, I mean that's usually the case in most games. Flat damage is usually a better increase because one is usually multiplicative, right? Because like it's like, okay, if they're doing 5 damage, right? If you look at it like this, if they're doing 5 damage, let's round this up to 100%, right, on pebbles. If they're doing 5 damage and you do 100%, that would double their damage, so now they're doing 10, right? If you do this, if they're doing 5 damage and you add 16 on top of that, now they're doing 20, right? So this would be the better option, because not only is it giving them the 20 damage, it's also doing an additional 27 on top, which would be like 1, right? So, because that's how multiplicative, which I believe it says multiplicative. Oh, it doesn't say. It just says increases the damage. That actually looks like a typo. It says increases the damage you deal. We're not a minion. We don't deal that damage. Does this tell you... It doesn't tell you whether it's multiplicative or not, does it? What damage is generally better for specifically minion builds? Minions are not affected by generic damage increases. Okay. Hold on. They do have a guide. I want to see if the guide is useful here. Minions. Let's see what it says. 2 modes. Protect and assassinate. Alter the distance they attack or run back to the player. Okay. damage. Let's see what it says about damage conversion. Okay. Physical skill, that's the actual conversion-based damage. All skills have amount of damage. Calculating damage dealt. +5 base are multiplied by the skill's added damage. Then added to the base damage before stats like increased damage and more damage are applied. Okay. Okay, here we go. Stats and modifiers can exist in 3 main categories. This is what we need to read. Added, increased, and more. The category modifiers determine which step will be used in calculation. Not all stats have modifiers in the category. First of all added sources are totaled together. So added. Second, all increased sources of the stat are totaled together. Increased are percentages. There it is. So this is increased. This is also increased. So that would be, so added, we see the plus. Okay, it doesn't say plus is added, but I'm guessing that's what this would be. Oh, they actually confuse it here. So it says added and more. But they say added twice. So this would probably actually be more. The total of more sources are multiplied. Total of increases. So this should just say more, not added. Because this is added, this is increased, this is more. Finally, the product of the added increases are multiplied. No, this is more down here. Huh. Third, the total of added sources is multiplied by... Oh, okay, I see. So they're saying they get this number, and then the total of the added sources is multiplied by the total of the increased sources. Finally, the product of the added increased sources are multiplied by the more source. More values are also percentages, so 1 is added each time. Less sources are also applied. Note that more sources are not added together first, which will result in a different number. If more values in the example are totaled first, the final result would be 21.03, not 20... Okay. Okay, so So this is the... Okay, so this is the more step. That's what they're saying here. Okay. So we don't even have more in this equation anyways. So yeah, but what I was saying is basically true. The flat damage is better because what this is doing is this is taking the damage. So again, if they're doing 5 damage, it would be 5 times 100, which would just be an extra 5. Whereas this is 5 plus 16, which is 21, then they're doing the 27, which is what this down here is doing, essentially. So, yeah, the flat damage is the better option. See, this is the stuff, the reason why a lot of people don't play games like this is a lot of people get lost in this stuff. Because they don't know which they should pick when they see like the different ones on different things. Because the thing is if you just go based on these numbers, right? Like if I'm just looking at these minion numbers and I see minion damage and I put this on, right? My thing shows like, oh, my minion damage goes down, but my minion melee damage goes up, right? So some people would read this as, oh, well, I definitely want my minion melee damage because all of my minions are melee, so this would make more sense. But it's for getting this. Right. Now there is... I don't know if they have like a training dummy in this game. Some games have like training dummies you can go fight, but and technically you can just test it, right? You could just equip one, go fight some stuff, and then equip the other and go fight stuff and see which you feel is quicker. It'll be kind of hard to tell unless you're like really paying attention. They do have a dummy. It's at the arena. Where is the arena? A way to compete with other players, infinite waves of enemies. Oh, that's not what I'm talking about. No. I'm talking about a place where you can just test your damage. You're talking about here? This one? Because I think I have all of the keys. I'll let her got some things to do. Glad to catch you. Alright. Well, I appreciate it, Jason. I guess I don't have a key for... Unless... Oh, I gotta go through Bastion to get there, but... That's fine. Is it midnight yet? Yes. Stationary diamond. You can do that at the arena? Okay. I don't feel like going through all of that. Thank you. Thank you, Void. Thank you, Void. Oh, wow, what the hell? You killed those things already? Just a bunch of weird lizards jumped out of that thing. Well, that was a birthday surprise, huh? Jesus. Thank you, dude. Like a pinata, yeah. Oh, the loot doesn't even fit on the screen. Oh, the dopamine. Yeah, it would be dopamine if I could figure out what the hell I'm looking at right now. I really need to adjust my loot filter now that we're in Endgame. Okay, chill out, Golem. Jesus Christ. Okay. Alright, what did we pick up? What is this? Calamity. Okay, that's not... That's not a for us kind of thing. What is this? Okay. I've never used one of those shrines before. And then what we could do is we could switch this out, and then we could test to see if they kill any slower, right? Oh, this would be... And you can kind of see that, like, our golem actually doesn't hit nearly as hard. Although our golem seems to be having some issues. I need to resummon that guy. I don't know what's up with our golem. So... Okay. Alright, there's a omen window over here.
Faint scratches at the surface.
It's quite a condensed area to be doing some fighting, friend.
Frozen gaze.
Nope. Nope. No. No, grab the fragments. There's nothing good off that guy. Charge the beacon. Okay, we got another nemesis on this map. Let's see what the nemesis has. What do you got over here, Nemesis? Gathering Fury. Lessons of the Metropolis and a ring. Okay, we'll just challenge you. Boop, boop, grab that. Do this. Oh yeah, I forgot to go to charge it by doing the void fights. Man, I remember when I was first playing this game, these guys kicked the crap out of me, dude. These like big armed guys. because they like slam, and if you get caught in their slam, they like do a lot of damage. Like they used to. Okay. So that one should have shown us what's nearby. What is this? Why? Okay, so this shows us the ones that have omens on it. Why does that? Tier 1 Omen Echo? Why does that have a special thing on it? Echo rewards a unique item. Oh, it's an echo chain. Okay. Unique or set bow or quiver. Okay. So these are echo chains. So I guess this is the new mechanic that they added. Huh. I guess we would go this way. It would be the path of least resistance that takes us through the woven echo. So we would go this way. And that would also get us right past the quest echo that we need for the boss. So okay. Come on, Alice, I resurrect. I know you're gonna. Hey, we got Cromer, the crab.
Will not take me.
Oh, there's a whole lot of zombies here. And skeletons. Take the lower square. But I don't want it. Advance to the upper square. Okay. Take the upper square. I don't want that either. And defend it while they flee. Defeat Imperial Commander. Done. Alright. So yeah, let's go through the Woven Echo. Slay enemies until cocooned item drop. Okay, I got another shrine over here. With our warpath. Okay, cocooned item is another cleaver solution. So, if this is on that... totem health. What is this? Oh. Calamity again. A sphere. Okay. Orb. Okay, what is this orb? Lightning resist. Can't cast water orb when you hit a boss or enemy. Well, I don't hit them. 3 water orbs per cast if your attunement is equal to your intelligence. Okay. Fun. Hey, there's an exiled mage. Also, I have another one of these, or whatever. Oh, I have 2 unspent points and whatever that is. How do I get to that menu again? Well, hey. Lizards. Alright, mage.
Mana courses through me. I must break free.
Alright, open portal. What are these? Oh, fun. Okay. No. 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 Whole lot of garbage. Grab that one. Okay. How do I get to factions? Okay, Weaver Tree. Double reward chance, increased tombs chance, chance to spawn a champion. Okay. Increased gold drops. Rift Beast. For enemies and have a small chance to drop timeline boss specific rewards. Okay. Chance for Mask to accompany you. Hey, that's me. No, I'm kidding. Spawn with new reward type. Oh, okay, so you can farm for ancient bones. Arena echoes no longer appear in your echo web. Okay. Increased amber drop chance. Cemeteries are more common. Hey, B-Glitch, how you doing today? If you're not already giving them a follow, make sure you go follow B-Glitch3D, new member of the Crypt stream team. Playing some Goose Goose Duck, which is very interesting. Kind of like Among Us, but with different, like a different vibe. It's like a more horror focused, it seems like, but also kind of sillier. The game is so hard. Yeah, I noticed that I was watching you play it. It definitely seemed a little bit more complicated, but seemed like you were having fun with everybody. So let's see. Piles of gold. Piles of runes. Too many options? Yeah. Yeah. I understand that. Loot lizard. Socketed item drop. What is this? Socketed item. Imprint on it, this slot have a chance to drop a pile of similar items. Okay. Super beacons. Great. Place a weapon or jewelry to imprint it in this slot to have a small chance to drop a pile of similar items when killing enemies and your regular echoes. Oh, okay, I get what it's saying. So if we want to look for certain items, we can put them in these spots and it'll spawn more of them. Okay. Wait, they dropped their tail? What does the lizard tail do? Okay, I guess we're gonna go this way. We're gonna go... No, maybe we go this way? Yeah, let's go this way through the Rift Beast. And then we'll go through the little lizards. All right. All right, which ones do we not have? I know we don't have this. Don't have this. I'm pretty sure we have these boots, right? Maybe not on that page. Yeah, there they are. Let's do a comparison. 2 less damage, but that has more armor, so we'll get rid of those. Do we have this one? Have this. Okay, so we can get rid of that. This is an interesting corrupted item. We have 2 of these. Yeah, that's just categorically better. Already have that. We have these boots. Don't think so. Let's put them there. And no, we don't have that bow. And we don't have this orb. Definitely have that. Let's put Pebble's stuff in here since we turned all of Pebble's stuff into the Reforged stuff, which was interesting. We're doing that to kind of test things. Could we replace... No. Okay, we'll put that in idols. Trying to see if there's anything else we want to not sell. 12 physical resistance. That's actually better than... We don't have any physical resistance, but that's actually a pretty good thing. Okay, we'll get rid of that. Okay. There we go. Everything else I think we can get rid of. Oh, we can... Yeah, that's only tier 2. Okay.
Yes.
Up. Okay. Alright, I guess we can grab all this and sell it too. There's no reason not to at this point. I guess...
Yes.
There we go. How many bones do we got? We almost have enough. Nice. Again, we're trying to save up 20,000. Alright, so we're going to follow this chain all the way up to whatever this is. Alright.
The reflection stars.
Yeah, no, I know you're here. Thanks, friend. You don't have to tell me every time I walk in here. Alright. So this is another cocooned item. Oh, where are you guys going? Winged Carrion. Okay, there's another Nemesis over here. Maybe this Nemesis will actually do something useful for us. Osprian Mockery. There's our Omen window as well, and I'm guessing that's our cocooned item. Yep. Let's do the Nemesis first. Last laugh. Garbage, garbage, and more garbage.
Finally. You will fracture like glass.
Will I, though? Are you sure about that?
The Ark hungers. Light of ruin. Oblivion will find you. Light of ruin.
Yep. Totally shattered like glass, friend. Nope. Nope. Physical leech, physical resistance. Not a terrible armor. Also, I need to change something. I realized in my loot filter setting that I set it to purple, which just keeps throwing me off. So I'm gonna set it to, let's go with yellow. No, because that's gonna be all those colors. Never mind, that's even dumber. Because now I'm gonna look at every yellow thing. What is a good color for me to set that to? Green is for set. Light blue. But that's idols. Is there a color I can even use for this? White? That would be basic items, which are hidden, so. Hey, Zarek, Zarek, Zarek. Alright. What is Zarek's set? It's probably for... Oh, okay. Doesn't really have anything fancy for it, I guess.
The rift brought you here. Good.
Okay. How close are we?
Of the hunt.
We might be able to afford it after this rift. Depending on how many bones we get. Portal charm? Created portal directly to the dungeon boss. Huh. Interesting. Another point. This point really didn't do a lot to help us. We could do this to give shared increased physical damage, shared increased bleed duration. Ward retention, narcotic resistance, poison resistance. Also, we do have access to the left side of the trees. Everything over here. I don't really think it's going to help for our minion stuff. Oh wait, this says applies to minions. Oh, never mind. It's not really. Okay, let's see what we got over here. Crit chance, cast speed. Wasn't there something that was like movement speed? Physical damage and movement speed. Probably this. That said, I think that said boosts everything. Yeah, boosts everything. Gotta love a boosts everything shrine. Nice. Out of mana. That's a good joke. Okay, one of these leads to the boss, so one of them leads to a dead end with a chest. And we need the bones, so... Hey, we got 20k. That means once we're done with this, we can trade for that thing, which may or may not be an upgrade, but we'll find out.
Another glorious hunt.
Okay, so we can buy this. This could be really good for us. It could also be utter garbage. Okay, so we got one minion skills, which sucks. We got max roll on that. We got 107. We got max decay and kind of low threshold. But one of the minion skills does actually help us here. We'll see how this works out, because basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to do the Ancestral Pack buff. We'll see if that works out.
Next time, traveler.
Do we still have the... Okay, we already have that. Okay, you can see it stacking up down here. Looks like it can get up to 4 at the very least. I don't think anything is living long enough for it to get more than 4. Oh, it went up to 5. Okay, it does get up to 5. Okay, so at 5 stacks, that would be 20% damage, 15% attack speed, and recovery speeds, whatever. I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if it's worth it. Gold, I don't care. Continue echo chain. Do we just... I guess that you can just do that to go to the next one.
The silence wakes. Mana courses through me. They would cage us all.
Okay. Um... So I'm not sure if this thing is actually worth it. Like, it seems to be effective, but like we're also in a lower level area, right? Like, that guy. Can I not touch the nose? Okay. Hand of Judgment. Frozen Ire. Don't understand what I'm... doing with these like weaver things. They shoot out these little things that go in a direction, and I'm not sure if I'm supposed to like follow those or... Like these cocoons, right? Like it... Oh, okay. So I get ambers out of those. Okay, so I am supposed to follow those. Okay. What's this belt? Using potion grants full sweater fury until you're run out of mana. Does not regenerate, drain at an accelerated rate. Non-channeled melee attacks. Huh. Interesting. Okay, I see. So you follow those things until they reach their end, and then they give you something extra and some amber. That's what they do. Okay, well, we're learning. We're learning all the time. We gotta go in here. Huh. There's an arena key. Nice. Can't go that way. Got it. Tomb Guardian. Oh, that was not the boss? I guess that was just a mob. Oh, these idols are actually really good. Another portal charm. Okay, so what is the... Harness the power of a weaver to craft a class-specific idol. So if I go with like this one. Oh, okay. I need to reach rank 5 in order to reforge. Okay. Okay. What's this? Okay, more of those. Got it. Got it. Okay. Okie dokie. Up. We don't need that. Keep those. We don't need that. Keep that. What rank is that? That's 5. That's what I thought. Keep that. Don't need that. Aura of Decay is converted to fire, inflicting ignite instead of poison. Your volatile zombies which explode inside your Aura of Decay have a 21% chance to resurrect. 20% increased movement speed. Jesus Christ. Oh, that is cap. Okay. Increase effective haste while your Aura of Decay is active. Chance to ignite on hit for you and your minions. Fire of damage over time effect. Damage leached as health. See, this is interesting. Because these are the kind of uniques that I like to find. Because, like, now I'm looking at this going, okay, you could really do, like, a volatile zombie fire build with these kinds of things. Like, fire damage, increased minion fire damage, volatile zombies, right? Aura of Decay, obviously, being important for that. Would it be good? You'd have to test, right? But it could be interesting at the very least. We already have... I thought we already had these gloves. We do. There they are. These have legendary potential on them. So... take those... See if we can take that minion damage off. Perfect. Get all 5 of those minion damage shards. Sell you those things. Okay, we should be able to do, yeah, the boss. Wondering if we shouldn't do the finish the echo chain. By stabilizing the timeline at this point, you will unlock a key moment in the timeline's history. I think I'm gonna finish the chain. It might be dumb to do that, but I have no idea what it does, so who cares?
Each step is inevitable.
Okay, we have to locate a specific boss, it looks like. Spell damage while wielding a staff. Okay, well that's not great for us. So we are not wielding a staff. Is that the only thing it does? Okay, now. Oh, it went up to 6 that time. Okay, so Slay the Blessed. Okay, he's all the way down there, that's fine. Run of Souls? Oh, okay. Okay, let's do this Omen window. Okay. If there's any good belts or anything that dropped, doesn't look like it. Wait, what did it say? Chance for Hungering Souls to fire 6 additional projectiles. Nice. Alright. Seems like whoever we're looking for is right there. And now they're dead. And that's all we needed to do for that. Alright, so grab all those shards. So this, what is this? Mushroom Caves Omen Chain. Unique item. Okay, so let's see what this does. I'm guessing we get a unique omen. Defeat the... Find the window of the observer, defeat omens. Ooh. Axum skeletons on a staff. Interesting. Increasing fire resistance, which is which is one of our weakest resistances. Oh. Oh. There's a lot of... Okay. I guess this is going to be a real test, huh? Okay, okay. I can't... Okay. Yeah, let's say I'm gonna die. Yeah, I figured that was gonna happen. So... I think it's finally time to replace this ring. I think having summon crab as a as instead of dodge has run its course. I think this is going to be a better ring. Gives our minions armor, gives us movement speed and our minions movement speed, and we have a chance to summon an illusory tree, which is a thing that distracts opponents. So I think that's going to be better. Okay.
Infinite possibilities.
So that simply happened because we didn't have a dodge.
It eludes me.
So we definitely can survive that stuff. I just need the ability to, I don't know, move. Let's give that another go. Also, I think there's... Yes, we need to do this minion leech.
His pain ripples through time.
Okay. Let's try this again with a dodge now.
Without mercy. Locked in ice without mercy. His mercy. Black fire. Heat without mercy. Slower and slower. Ash is mercy. Frozen gaze. Black fire.
Omen vulnerable. See, yeah, that went a lot better with a dodge.
Frozen caves.
That is a lot of time glass. Okay. Yeah, I needed the ability to dodge so I could, like, dodge out and resummon and... I don't know what these dots mean. Can't remember what the dots on the side of the armor mean. See, like, this has 4, this has 5, but it's like 3 and 2, 3 and 2, 2 and 3. This has like 2 and 4, this has 4 and 2. Can't remember what those mean. Shatter the core and collect time glass fragments. Spawn an Omen window echo chain. Spawn a rift beast. Seek nemesises. Restore balance. Spawn leading to the pinnacle of chaos. Oh, okay. Bag of time glass. Okay. Okay. Now we can do the boss echo. I think we have to, like, destroy these things, right? Yeah. Okay. Unique drop rate, glyph drop rate, increased experience. Ribbons of blood. That is actually a great ring for us. That might be better than the ring we just put on, in fact. Listen to the souls. Must be some way. Reflect on the past. Bye. A 100,000 experience. Okay, and I believe that's... Yeah, that's... Now we're working on... Now we can go to... these other ones. Like, the next one is the Lance, which is 66, which we are 68. But this one... It's always so weird that... I don't know if there's a way to, like, look at the other rings, but... Okay, so they lose armor... But they would get melee damage, leeches health, increased leech rate, they get more damage, and they can't be crit. we would get a lot of fire resistance. We'd be slower, and they would lose armor, which is really not that big of a deal. I think that just makes sense. I think that's just a better ring. So now, yeah, now we're at 70. So everything is pretty high except cold and void resistance. But now we can, because see, the thing you can do is you can keep like going through this to fight the boss, to like get the boss specific drops. And I can't remember. Outcast boss drops last epoch. I can't remember if there's anything else. Ribbons of blood, strands of souls, no. Woven flesh, no. Yeah, no. Basically, the item we got lucky. The only minion item he drops is the one we got, because the other items he drops are Flayer's Pride, which is a shield. He drops Strands of Souls, which is a ward belt, and then Woven Flesh, which is leech armor. So he actually drops like the one unique we would use, which is super helpful, actually. So that means we don't have to farm that boss. So yeah, so we could go here. And you get a buff per timeline. Defeat the boss quest echo for the blessing. Travel. Now, does it continue? Okay, I didn't think so. I was like, I don't think it continues where you left off. I think it starts a brand new one of these. A unique item this way. So it could go shards into a unique item. But increased damage over time, increased area skills. Female enemies, burning enemies around them. That's actually a really good corruption buff on that staff. So this does seem to be pretty effective, and it's giving us more ward. Which is good. But sorry, just checking something. How much minion health? Okay, so it almost is a max roll on minion health. Leech rate is on the higher end, almost max on that, and maxed on that. The implicits are a little low, but that's fine. Alright, let's go this way.
Your echo will break.
Let's see how this... Okay, I was like, let's see how this new ring works. And, it's, that flat damage doing work. It drops idols. That's a lot of fire resist. It's also a lot of fire, lightning, minion fire, minion physical. It's a lot of void resist. Well, not for that big of an idol, but what are we looking for? Siege Spire. Okay. Okay, there's the Guardian. Yeah, single target damage, still pretty solid. They were able to tear through because we're at a level 66, so this is only 2 levels under us. So I'd say the damage is pretty solid. Again, it'll come down to fighting another one of those like echoes. I think that's been the only real challenge, and that's only because I died, not because the minions really struggled. Because as you can see, our ward is getting close to like 2k because of our offhand thing. Got those. Alright. Unique item. Oh, there was definitely an Omen thing in there that we didn't do. Oops. Mysterious Rift nearby. I'll make sure to do that. There's a Ghost again. We've seen this dog a lot. I'm not sure why. Ooh, 1 to all minion skill staff. Increase minion poison damage. Slay enemies until the cocooned item drops. Okay. Now there is an item, an offhand item at level 66. It's like a fleshbound tome that is a minion, pure minion offhand that we could be looking for. And one-handed sword. Humming bee. Chance per 20 ward to gain haste when you use melee attack. Elemental attacks increase per ward. Oh, okay, so this is not a thing that summons bees. Disappointed. Okay. I know there's something in this game that summons bees. There is a B on potion use, but I'm pretty sure there's like... It's either a set or a unique or something. I don't know what it is, but there's something you can get that summons bees. Wealth Shrine. Just trying to get to that third tick, which we just did. So that should be 3 legendary items. Is Lightning in a Bottle, Legacy of the Quiet Forest, and Riowind's Fortress. Okay, I don't think we have 2 of those. We definitely don't have Lightning in a Bottle. Using a potion grants evade charge, dodge when you evade. Evade to move next to an enemy you attack with Gathering Storm. You're immune to shock. Legacy of the Quiet Forest. Rage gain for 3 seconds while I'm... Okay, yeah, I think we have that one. Definitely don't have this. 4 to all attributes, runic and decay. Okay, that's the raw... Yeah, that's the runic mage thing. Pretty sure we have, yeah, this belt. I know we don't have this one. No, we don't have that sword. Or that staff. Also, pretty sure this... That's better. Okay. Personal affix cannot exist as a shard. Interesting. Oh, because it's profane champion. I get it. Okay. Okay. The rest of this we can probably sell.
Yes.
Okay. Alright. That gets that done. And I think that is a wonderful place for us to call it a stream, because I am very tired. I'm very tired. I would normally go a little bit longer, but yeah, I'm just not feeling it. I feel like I'm really dragging myself through this, so I think I'm gonna call it there for the night. Um, as for tomorrow or next stream, I guess Friday. I don't know if we'll do any more Last Epoch. I'm enjoying it. Don't get me wrong. It's just in game is a lot of what you just saw there. It's go to map, kill a bunch of things, collect things, check a bunch of numbers, rinse, repeat. That is the thing. There is some story there, like Path of Exile, like Path of Exile 2, like a lot of ARPGs. There is story in the end game, but we didn't really grind out a lot of Path of Exile 2's end game, and I probably won't do a lot of that with Last Epoch either. I did really enjoy playing through Last Epoch again, though. I think it has a lot of really good features. I hope the game doesn't. I hope the game doesn't die off anytime soon. I know, again, the community felt very betrayed with the change in how the the monetization's going to be going. I can't speak to how the game itself has evolved. I'll be honest. From someone who played beta in the first season and now the fourth season, it looks like it moved in a positive direction to me. But if people have been playing more consistently are like, hey, this is not great, or this is not what I was looking for, or whatever, then then I guess those are the people they should probably be listening to. I think this game is really cool. I think the minions are pretty reactive. We did have some like weirdness with the golem on occasion, but overall, I think being able to like move the minions around and direct them, you don't get a lot in ARPGs. PoE 2 has very buggy minions and a lot of new features. If you saw our playthrough of the Fate of the Vol stuff, minions were constantly broken in Fate of the Vol. It took multiple patches to get them to work even remotely well. So I can't really be like, oh well, this game did it better. No, it didn't. So I don't know. I hope Last Epoch's around for a while, but it's really going to depend on the community, I feel. And a lot of ARPGs, they die off. They die off real quickly without communities, and we'll see. Diablo 4 has got its expansion releasing this month. Path of Exile 2, I think they said they're going to be announcing something this month. I don't know if that means there's going to be a release within the next few months of a new content or a new season or a release date sometime later this year or what. We'll see. We'll see what they have to say about Path of Exile 2. But I enjoy it. I wouldn't mind playing it with some people if they're interested at some point. I'll definitely play something that doesn't have a bunch of monsters riding along with us and making it seem more chaotic than it is. Maybe just playing something where I just go around sweeping through monsters, probably something a little less chaotic. But yeah, I think either we'll check out some indie game tomorrow, or we'll jump back into our Clock Tower series playthrough, or if I'm still feeling kind of out of it, I might take the day off. There won't be a stream Saturday regardless, because we don't stream on Saturdays, and I've got something going on. But we'll be back again. Hopefully we'll be back for our normal stream on Friday. And then Sunday at the very latest, I think that's where we'll start back with Clock Tower 2. I would like to, like I said, I would like to get through the Clock Tower series before May. At the very least, I want to get through that series. Once we get through that, we'll see where we're at with other stuff. and we'll go from there. And we'll figure out what we're going to be doing. Hopefully I would like to get through Clock Tower and Friends Favorite Retro this month, but I've got a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, I'm still dealing with health stuff. I'm still dealing with planning multiple doctor's appointments and procedures and all of that stuff, so I can't make any like solid, hey, this is what's going to happen these days, when, where, how, what time, all of that stuff, right? So I will keep you posted the best I can. I will try to hit our normal stream time the best I can, early or within an hour of our start time. Is usually hour and a half is what I try to shoot for. Usually if it's like 2 hours past our stream time, I probably won't stream. That is usually my go-to rule. If I'm not live by like 2 hours after our stream time, there's probably not a stream. I try to post on Twitter when that kind of thing happens, but sometimes I'm just exhausted. Sometimes I'm just too tired to do that stuff, and I know people are like, it's just a post, it shouldn't be. Sometimes I'm literally asleep. Like I will be completely honest. Sometimes I lay down and I lose consciousness, and it's just like I wake up and it's like 2 a.m. and I'm like, cool, I missed stream by like 4 hours, so that ain't happening. So like, I apologize for those moments. I really am trying my best to make sure that I'm here as consistently as possible. I really wish I could be as like forthcoming with everything that's going on, but like in all honesty, there's just a lot of personal stuff outside of the, like, there's a lot of it is medical stuff, but there's some of the medical stuff is personal medical stuff, like stuff I just don't want to have to explain on stream consistently and constantly. Like I've mentioned before, I have multiple chronic illnesses. It's not just like one thing. I'm multiple doctors over multiple years. It's a lot. It's a lot, and it's over the past 6 months, it's really caught up to me, and unfortunately, because it affects me, it also affects the stream. So I'm trying my best. I'm working hard because I want to be a good representative of our community, obviously, but I also want to be a good representative of our stream team. I want to be a good representative for anybody that joins us. You know, we talk about kindness, and we talk about community, we talk about inclusivity, you know, stuff like that, and those aren't, you know, buzzwords for me. Those aren't just like, hey, come in, we have all these things and plaque on the wall. Like, no, I legitimately mean those things. I was telling someone the other day, like, kindness is not a buzzword for me. I've been through some truly terrible things, and I continue to choose kindness, not because I want some badge or some reward or some acknowledgement, but because it is the right thing to do, right? Because I have truly believe that's what people deserve, is kindness, and there are legitimately people whose lives would be better if they were shown some kindness, and I don't want to be the one to show them the cruelty that ruins their life, right? The world is not a very kind place, and I don't want to be the person to show them that cruelty. I want to be the person that shows them the kindness that hopefully allows them to continue living a more positive life. And that's what I try to maintain here. And that's what I try to maintain with our community and the communities that we're a part of. And I know sometimes I can come off crass, I can come off maybe antagonistic to some people, or I don't know. There's a lot of words I've been called: patronizing, condescending, there's a lot of words that have been used over the years for for the way I've come across to some people, and some of those people were not nice individuals, and those words shouldn't hold any weight, obviously, because they were not used in any sort of constructive way. They were simply words to try to tear me down, but you know it's one of those things that I think about that as a way to grow, right? To make sure that those words that they use don't come true, that I'm not being patronizing, that I'm not being condescending, that I'm not doing the things they're accusing me of, because it's very easy to slip into those things, and not think about it, not realize you're doing that stuff, and try to be as humble as possible. Like I know the stuff that we have with our community and stuff like that. It is an honor to have any number of people here watching this. Whether you're here on Twitch or YouTube, whether you watch the VODs or you lurk with us. Like it is truly amazing to have any number of people here. And I think sometimes, like, people might think I take that for granted, and I really don't. I really don't take it for granted about how many people come in through raids and come in and just say hi and just lurk and just listen and just spend their time here. I was in the stream team chat the other day, and people were talking about like how they like to hang out and chill here, and it meant a lot, because it's one of those things that, like, it's very easy to kind of get in your own head sometimes and be like, yeah, I guess that maybe I'm doing something wrong, maybe there's something I need to change. Maybe there's something I need to do better to make this a better space or a more entertaining space, or stuff like that. So even when you have any level of success, whether that's low range, mid range, high range, there can be that voice in your head that tells you, like, hey, you're still not there. You're not. You don't stand with these people. The imposter syndrome. That's another thing I was talking to somebody about. Is everyone kind of, maybe not everyone, but there's a lot of people that get that voice that's like, you don't deserve this. You don't deserve to be around these people that are super successful and super entertaining, and they understand their craft, and they do all these great things. And I've talked about it before, how, like, even Albert Einstein went to a meeting with a bunch of mathematicians, or a big, like, convention for mathematicians, and he was afraid that they were all going to realize that he was a fraud, right? And obviously today we can kind of laugh at that and go, why would Albert Einstein think that he's a fraud, right? But at the time it was terrifying to him, because it was one of those, like, they're going to realize that I don't belong here, and that's something that happens, I think, with a lot of people when they join communities, is when they're especially if they're a content creator. It's like, wow, there's so many amazing people here. When are they going to realize that, like, I don't belong here, right? Like, when are they going to realize that I'm not one of them? I'm not good enough, And it's really easy to fall into that voice sometimes. And I've talked about it on the channel before, about how that voice can creep in over time. And obviously the easiest way to combat it is hey, Demon, is fight it with facts, right? Like, obviously people come here to see you, people come here to interact with you. They wouldn't do it if it didn't bring them some level of joy or entertainment and stuff, right? Like, that's just a fact. Right, people don't tend to do things that they don't find enjoyable. I mean, in most cases, obviously. obviously you have things like work that you have to do to, survive and, stuff like that. But in most cases, people don't tend to do with their free time that they don't find enjoyable, right? That's just a fact. So if people are coming to your stream, if people are coming to your YouTube, if they're watching your videos and stuff, they're doing it because they want to, right? And that's just the way you battle that mentality of like, man, am I good enough to be here? Am I doing the right thing? And it's like, yes, because people are here, right? Whether it's one person, 5 people, 100 people, people are showing up, people are saying hi, people are stopping by, people are lurking, right? That's because they want to. They want to spend their time there. They want to spend their effort there. They want to listen to what you have to say, right? Even if they don't agree with it all the time, right? It's important to realize that like people, if people didn't want to do the thing, if people didn't want to spend their time in your community, they wouldn't. So that's the thing that you just have to keep reminding yourself. And I have to do that from time to time too. And when I'm, having one of those bad mental health days, I just got a reminder like, hey, I know people are going to be lurking away and, working on stuff or doing something or just hanging out, whatever. And that's people spending valuable resource. I've talked about it before. The most valuable resource that you have is time, right? You can't get that back. You can get money. You can get more money, right? You can't get time back. Right. And people spending any amount of time in your content, in your community, is the most valuable thing they can do, right? And you can never, right, you can never put a value on that. And that's something that you have to remind yourself too, is like, you're spending time creating this and people are spending that that unrevocable resource there too. And I think people forget that when they get so focused on numbers and income and stuff. And don't get me wrong, some people have to focus on income, right? Like some people have to live on what they make through Twitch and stuff like that. But like it's very easy to forget that like that time that they're spending there, that's real, right? That's the real thing. That's just something they can't get back. Right. And that's really what it's about. And again, I appreciate it more than I think people will ever know. Will ever know, because like I've mentioned before, I almost stopped doing this a year and a half in. I almost stopped streaming a year and a half in, and now we've passed 5 years, right? Like, it's crazy to think that, like, there could have been no Mask of Games 3.5 years ago, essentially, right? And now, now we're gearing up for all sorts of hopefully crazy and fun things, for another year, hopefully, fingers crossed, barring any medical catastrophes, but and then I'm gonna try to keep doing this for as long as I can, and I'm gonna keep trying to help as many people to keep doing this for as long as they can, or as long as they want to, because I truly think that when you do something like this that you're passionate about, when you make those connections and stuff, it makes your life genuinely better. I think I've talked about it. I'm not sure if I have, but like I'm pretty sure I have. Like at the end of the day, at the end of the road, like the things that you leave behind is memories, right? Like when you're gone and in the ground or cremated or however you want to go, right? what you leave behind is memories. Like, sure, you can leave behind a lump sum of money or a house or a car or whatever, but eventually those things like wither away. But like the impacts you have on people's lives, the memories you create, the positivity you share, and like how like that can affect generations of people, right? Like legitimately affect generations of people. And like that's what you really leave behind. And that's why, at least for me, part of the reason why I keep doing this. It's part of the reason why I came back to streaming is to create those memories, so when someone comes in here and we have one of those moments, they can remember, 5 years from now about that crazy moment where we were doing this thing. And and it's just because I'm not going to be around forever, right? None of us are. That's just the unending march of time, right? That's just how that works. And it's those memories that we leave with people, with communities, with the people we've met, the people we impact. That's our legacy, right? And that's so much more important, for at least for me. Some people it is the money, some people it is the fame, it is the cars and the houses, and more power to them, right? Whatever they want to focus on. But for me, it's more important to leave that positive impact behind than it is any of that other stuff. Because I've known a lot of people that have been like, they've had to deal with like the negative impacts of people and what that's done to generations of families, right? And it's one of those things that like impact is important, and you can do that with positive things, right? You impacting someone's life impacts the people around them, right? So if you positively impact this person's life, that will impact the people around them, which will impact the people around them, right? Like you always hear the ripple effect, right? I think people take that for granted quite a bit, about the idea of like just that one contact, that one positive contact could change dozens of lives, right? And I think people really take that for granted sometimes. And that's why I mean, I've talked about it before. There was when the Elden Ring DLC came out, I actually went to lowest viewers for the Elden Ring DLC, and I literally was just stopping into like 0 viewer streams and just being like, "Hey, what's your build? How you doing?" And just like talking to people. And I met some like people that were like legitimately surprised that like they had any contact at all. And it was so interesting because like seeing people's genuine reaction to like someone communicating them when they had, like, you could tell like some of them had expected to stream and never have an interaction, right? They were just doing the thing, like playing the game, and seeing the genuine reaction of like, someone's here, right? Like that's a person, right? And like it was really cool. It was really cool. I recommend people doing that, honestly. Whenever there's like a big release that you know about, like if there's ever like a big update for a game that you're like versed in or whatever, go to Twitch, go to like switch it from like highest to lowest to like lowest to highest, go into those like 0 viewer streams, and just like talk to somebody. Like, make someone's day. Not because it's important to be, important in someone's stream, but just because, like, you can legitimately make people happy that way. Like, there was one guy who you could see the elation in his face. Like, I cannot I cannot in words explain just how happy this guy was to finally have someone to talk to about what he was doing in Elden Ring. And we just chatted for like an hour or so, and then he had to get off, right? Because he's working, right? He's only got like an hour and a half to play games and stream before he's got to go back to his life, right? And it's things like that, right? Those little impacts that we can do every day that are so important. And I think people forget that, man. I think people forget that. Like, you don't have to have $1 million. You don't have to have you don't have to be famous, right? You don't have to have the ability to do all of these things. You can literally make someone's day with a compliment. You can make someone's day by just giving them just a little bit of attention, right? Like I said, with just going to someone who's stream and just being like, "Hey, how are you today? Tell me about what you're doing." Right? Let people know that they're people again, right? Because the world outside is done a very very good job in making people forget that they are important, right? That they are people. And like it's our job to do the simple things and just remind them that they are important, man. They are important. They are people. And just a simple like, hello, hi, how you doing today? What are you up to? Tell me about it. Can legitimately change someone's day. It really, really can. And I don't know. I wish more people understood that. I really do. Because sometimes it's heartbreaking to see the amount of effort that people put into things and it just goes unacknowledged, right? People work really hard. They work really hard at stuff sometimes. Like that guy that I was saying with the Elden Ring, where, he gets done with a 10-hour shift. He's got 2 hours to play a video game, and then he's got to go to bed, right? He's got to eat, go to bed, and do it all over again. But he's taken that chance, right? He's taken that chance to boot up that stream and give it a go. Share that experience with someone, talk to someone, maybe see how this Twitch thing works, right? And that takes a lot of effort, right? That takes a lot of that. People are like, it's not that hard to stream. It is. Sometimes it is. Like, you would think that like pushing go live and letting the game, play the game, like sometimes it takes a lot of mental effort to do this thing. And it's even harder for people, that deal with disabilities, for people that work long hours, for people that, they can't afford to spend a lot of time at this thing, right? Like, and that's why, like, just that little bit of acknowledgement, that little bit of like, hey, I see you, right? You're a person. You're important. That little bit can really help people out. So, all that being said, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate everybody in our community. Everybody that's hanging out with us, everyone that's joined us over the past 5+ years. I know I say it a lot, and people are probably tired of hearing it, but I'm going to keep saying I appreciate you. And again, this is not some buzzword thing. I do legitimately appreciate people. I was surprised that our number is anything higher than 200. I never thought I was going to have more than 200 people on Twitch. And then when we plateaued at 300, when I hit a year and a half, I thought I was never going to have more than 300. And now we are 20 away from 800. So this community is you guys, right? I just keep trying to create fun content for you all. Hopefully you're enjoying it. I will keep trying to keep it fresh and interesting and keep trying to move everything in a positive direction. And I hope you'll join me for that. Sorry, I haven't been around for ages. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I completely understand. Life gets to us all. But if you haven't already, please do hit the follow button, or if you're over there on YouTube, the subscription button. Both are completely free and help the channel out tremendously. Also, feel free to share us out with your friends, your family, your Discord communities. We are family friendly, except when we do collabs. Everyone's welcome as long as they are kind. That is it. That is the only prerequisite. Also, a follow and subscription will let you know when we go live. We usually go live at 10 p.m. Central Time, Sunday through Friday. Like I said, sometimes we're a little bit early, sometimes we're a little bit late. Again, I deal with a lot of stuff, especially these next couple weeks. Again, we're going to be taking Thursday and Friday of next week off. I will remind, as we get closer to that time, I've got a medical procedure I've got going on next week. It's not a big procedure or anything, it's just supposed to be a liver biopsy, but I have to take rest for it, so you got to do what the doctor tells you. But again, if you're not sure what time that's for you locally, down in the panels there's an extension, as well as the Twitch schedule should tell you when we go live for your time zone. Does the math so you don't have to. And finally, if you miss any of our playthroughs, all the VODs are here on Twitch for 30 days and on YouTube for the foreseeable future. If you're here on Twitch, the link to YouTube should be at the top of chat. And if you're on YouTube, well, you're already there. Go check out the videos, go check out the playlists, go check out the VODs, or live, I think is what it's under. I should find everything there. Everything should be in playlists. There might be some videos that are missing. I'll have to double check. This, like I said, this past few weeks has been a little bit chaotic for me. It's only going to get them a little bit more chaotic. So I do appreciate all the support again. Remember to take care of yourself mentally and physically. Both are very important. Remember to stay hydrated. And as always, remember, we can make the world a better place. And all you have to do is be kind. Let's find someone to raid. Also by YouTube. Let's find someone to raid. Let's see who we got. Alright. So we've got some new stream team members. Maybe we can find one of those.
Evil.
Okay, that is not what I wanted to do. Okay. Alright, looks like Wolfie is doing Project Songbird